So, hey, mama, 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 mama. Ah, yes. Nice. Good to go. From the Mangifera indica plant, we get this fruit, the sweet potato. And from the book of wisdom, my friend, we get your message of today. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your deeds be shown to your servants, your splendor to their children. May the favor of the Lord our God rest upon us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. That is from Psalm 90:14 going down. Child of God, we are guys on a mission here, a mission to unite the whole world, guided by our Maker and Creator. Let's give thanks to this wonderful Creator, my friend, before we start the show. Dear Lord, thank you for your goodness and love. Thank you for the words from the book of wisdom, Father. May those words grow in us, Father, reminding us of your goodness and love every day. Thank you for your beautiful, precious child that have joined us, Father. Through this video, Father, may they receive your blessings, Father. May their souls be uplifted, Father. May you give them goodness from wherever they are. And above all, Father, forgive them all their sins, Father. Purify them, dear Lord. And as you do so for them, Father, include us also. Be with us till the end, and may your spirit not depart from us. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in good web source. Much, much love.
Can somebody please tell me what the hell is going on the west coast of Florida? Watch this. Every single week, this shows up. Anybody on the west coast know what the heck is going on? That is the moon, and that thing shows up every week. It is not a star. It's just there in the middle of the sky. About once every week it shows up. Anybody like to tell me what that is on the west coast? Inquiring minds would like to know. Happy Monday.
So the camera was really stable on my other camera, so I'm going to show you guys on my phone. Like, you can literally see how fast it's moving. Like, this is insane. Oh my god. I'm trying to hold it to my phone for dear life. Literally insane. Beach is about to get taken over.
Well, look at this. How it feels having Ricky's power. Ricky's power, is it the kinesis power? This is crazy stuff. This guy is boiling water with his hands. But there is a pan below here which we cannot see. You see? See, English people have other things that
Hey, what the fuck's that?
سبحان الله. أول ما شفته أحسبها يعني جذع حق شجرة ميت، لكن صارت الصخرة. لا إله إلا الله. شوفت لها عيون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كأنها داب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سنيك.
Frame 312 of the Zapruder film, and what does it show? This is 1/18th of a second before Kennedy is struck in the head. 1/18th of a second before Don't come at me with watch the original video. This is a still frame from the original 8mm film. It was 1/18th of a second before frame 313. 1/18th of a second. What does it show? It shows the driver's hand in front of him. Literally one hand on the steering wheel, the left hand in front of him. And that's it. This is the reflection of the sun off of Roy Kellerman's head. That's pretty clear.
Hey Nori, come here, check this out.
Oh my goodness, Daddy.
Look. Did you see that?
What?
I just saw a plane fly past the moon. Wait a second.
What in the world is going on in Western Australia? You have to see this. In the Aboriginal community of Jigalong in Western Australia, someone captured this footage. The person who submitted this to me said that it was actually demons coming up out of the ground. I'm not completely sure. Last week I shared a video of what many of you believe to be La Llorona or some kind of witch. I need your help. Watch this entire video. It's not that long. I've slowed down a section for it, and I really want you to pay attention to this road. There's something completely demonic, terrifying coming up out of the ground. Watch this. Let me know in the comments. What do you think this is?
This genuinely makes no sense at all. What kind of optical illusion is this? It's so far away. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. I'm doing it again. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. And then I'm turning. Bro. How is he doing that? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Been this weird species of bird flying above my house recently, and I was kind of upset I haven't seen any good photos of them online. I set up this jank telephoto situation with a 200mm film lens from the 70s into a telephoto extender, into an adapter, into a low-light Sony A7S from 2014. I've noticed these birds only seem to come out at night, so I needed a low-light camera. I was out doing bird photography. Someone was flying this really cool RC plane. I used to be into RC stuff as a kid. I thought that was sick, so I'm going to take some photos of it. There are quite a few of them, actually, so it must have been like a crew or something. This one has like bent wings backward. Note this, like, this light here, you know, I thought that maybe that was some like LED light, but I think it's actually a super bright LED light inside the thing. Here's another photo of was a different one that went overhead at the same time. It was really cool. No two of them looked the same, which makes sense because they're remote control planes. You wouldn't want to buy the same plane that your buddy has. Like, you want to have your own. So if every single one looks different in some way. This one has straight wings and it's like looks like engines up top. Also note it's glowing in the cockpit just like the other. Maybe it's like the same brand of RC plane and that's why the cockpits glow on all of them. And another photo. This one, I managed to get a burst of it going by. Also super interesting, very bright glowing coming from the middle of it. I think that might be like the brand trademark. Definitely not an external facing light. It's like the core of the thing is lit up very bright. This was about the best I could do once it got too dark to see, but also there's like a core that's lit up. That's a super cool plane. You know, you might be saying, man, those RC planes look so cool. I bet they're real planes, and it's not even like an RC situation. But here's a photo with the same camera of a passenger jet that was very far in the distance. Very different feel to something that is much smaller and much closer. I don't know, it was almost like they were the car-sized RC planes. They're pretty large. It's really impressive stuff. Anyone wants to tell me what brand these are, that's super cool. I might get into RC stuff also, especially with those cool like energy whatever looking lights they put in the middle of every single one of them, even though they all have totally different shapes.
What is a conspiracy theory that you cannot believe people do not talk about? Because mine is the plane of jars. And this isn't just some boring old monolithic ancient civilization that was super advanced. This is actually insane that people do not know about this. This is by far one of the weirdest things the US government has ever done, and I can't figure out why. First and foremost, there's a massive field in the country of Laos that is littered with these guys, these massive stone jars. Some of them have lids, and when I say massive, I mean 9 feet tall, 20, 30 tons in weight. And the weirdest part is not that there is a local legend telling of a race of giants who won a victorious battle over the land and then created these stone jars to make celebratory drinks. It's actually something called Operation Barrel Roll, which was a covert CIA mission. While most of the country was distracted by the war in Vietnam, the US government dropped more ordnance on Laos than all of World War II combined, and one of its primary targets was this field of jars. To give you a little perspective, that's over 2 million tons, or on average a plane load full, released every 8 minutes, 24 hours a day, for almost 10 years straight. I cannot for the life of me figure out why the US government would go to such great lengths to smash a bunch of giant jars in a field to bits. So if you have literally any ideas or conspiracy theories on this topic, I would love to talk about it because no one else is talking about this, and it's kind of driving me nuts.
A woman came out here and said that men are not good friends to each other because they don't poke and prod, they don't ask questions. So a conversation between two guys can literally sound like this. Hey, bruh, how you doing? Man, you know, it is what it is. Just trying to make it do what it do. Just out here trying to live life, you know. And the response will be, man, I hear you. And they can move on to another subject. Here's the thing. Women, we need to know things. We ask, we poke, we prod, we pry. But we do that because we have a motive behind it. Most times, women don't just want to know. They don't just want to help. Women also want to judge. I mean, if you look at reality TV shows, those are not geared towards men. Men don't care about the extras. They don't thrive in the drama. That's a very feminine characteristic, right? So what we can't do is judge men and their friendships and their abilities to communicate based on a woman's standard. It will never make sense to us. We need the details. My husband can come back and tell me that something's going on and I got 16 questions following up. I need the details. Now, what I'm going to do with that information in most cases, I don't even know. It may have nothing to do with my tomorrow or what's going to be in it. And at the end of the day, those are the things that come to mind. I need to know. My husband, however, if you didn't offer that information, you must not want him to know. That's what he takes from it. And if he reads from a situation that it's pretty dire, will he poke? Will he prod? Will he ask a little bit more? Absolutely. But he will have to have an inclination that this is some sort of a devastating point in your life that he needs to inquire on before he's going to take that extra step. And it's not because he's not a good person, not because he's not a good friend. It's because he knows himself and he doesn't need the extra. Men already have to sit and support and hold and bear all the other burdens of their life, their wives, their girlfriends, the realities that everybody's living in, the emotional stress that we put on them for no particular reason sometimes. They don't need and they're not looking for extra. So it's okay to respect that we're different and not judge men based on a woman's standard.
Ruled out. The governor says he can't get a straight answer out of anybody.
I want to get the answers. And I was getting out beginning with the one. Notice you finally know about those cases from Bruce. He didn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really wanted to share this video to help you guys to be aware of the perfume that you wear, okay? Be very, very aware and careful of the perfumes that you wear. This is how you know we are in the days are evil, because I'm telling you, I went on a website the other day to check out these perfumes because I watch some YouTubers and I love their videos, and I was looking at their video, and the girl, she was actually advertising this brand. Now, no shade to that girl, obviously I'm not going to mention her name, but the video was sponsored by this brand, and she was basically, telling her followers how she loves wearing their perfumes. So me, as one of those followers, clicked on the website, and I was like, oh yeah, I want some more perfume, because anyone who knows me knows I love perfume. When I looked down, and this perfume it's actually called Scentbird, so you can actually create your own perfume if you want to, things like that. But when I looked down, and by the way, this website has all the designer perfumes. It has Gucci, Versace, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana, you name it. It has all the brands, right? But guys, what I really want you guys to understand is that please do not be swayed by the fact that you love perfume that much, or you love these big brands to the point where you are now allowing yourself to buy brands that are demonic. Buy from brands that are demonic, okay? Why? What do I mean by that? Okay. When I looked at the perfume names, I instantly knew. And it's not even just the name. Sometimes they are, very open with it, but sometimes the brand name is a known brand, but the actual, the intentions behind making the perfume, they won't share it with you. And that's the problem, because you really need to understand that sometimes the perfume that they create is the intentions behind the perfume, right? That perfume, the reason why they created it, there was some sort of inspiration that made them create that perfume. So if that perfume is inspired by a mermaid, they'll make that perfume, and they'll call it something from the water or something, but you're not understanding that perfume has something attached to it. Spiritually, it has something attached to it. The same way if a witch was to come and give you a perfume that she's bewitched, it has something attached to it. Why? Because she's bewitched it. She's spoken some curse words, right, over that perfume, and she's giving it to you. That means something is attached now to that perfume. She's bewitched it. Same thing when you buy that thing, right? Instead of somebody giving you that thing, you're buying something that's demonic. It has something attached to it. And you know why it's always the worst with perfume? Because this is why you'll see witches, they always give gifts. A lot of time they'll give perfume as a gift if they want to bewitch you. Why? Because what do you do with perfume? You spray it all over yourself, right? And a lot of the time, this is what happens. Same thing when you're buying perfume, you're spraying it all over yourself, and it has something attached to it. So it's very important that you're aware of if the name, the brand, the intention behind the perfume is clear. It's important that you have discernment. For example, some of these perfumes, the names, there's one here, and it's called Confessions of a Rebel. Get a room and order champagne. Like, I could keep going. I'm going to go down. There's more. And I'm not joking. Some of these perfumes, one of them is called Lust in Paradise. Lust, L-U-S-T, in Paradise. And imagine you as a Christian, right? Or even as a normal person, you're spraying it all over yourself. What do you think is influencing your life when you're spraying Lust in Paradise? I don't think you guys understand how important it is, how you guys understand the days that we are in, right? To the point where people have to create perfumes, make perfumes with names and stuff that are created and intended with an evil intention. Sorry, I don't know if that made sense, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. We're in the days where people are making perfumes that have evil intentions behind them. And sometimes, I'm not saying that the creators of these perfumes, know what they're doing, but clearly they're being influenced by something to make even this kind of perfume. And look, another perfume, Solar Aura, right? And I can keep going, there's more that just make you, especially if you're a Christian, I just couldn't believe the fact that there's actually people out here that buy these stuff and they actually spray it on themselves, because they don't understand that they're actually inviting certain powers into their life. Another one, Derek Lamb Crosby, Give Me the Night. Oh Lord. And I just want to share this with you guys so that you guys understand. And some of these perfumes are also empowered by, you know, witchcraft. As you can see, like some of them, they have like these chakra names, and you know, the stuff that's inside of them, you can see, or even by the name, you can see that it's made by witchcraft. I'm trying to see if I can find another one that, you know, but some of the perfume names, and I've seen even Guess perfume when I've gone to the stores and I've seen a Guess perfume. Again, those Guess perfumes, they say things like seduction on a perfume, seduction on a perfume. Like, it's crazy. And here again, Confessions of a Rebel. And I don't understand why somebody would call a perfume that, but this is the days that we are living in. This is in perfume, right? And now another thing that I've seen as well online is that it's very important that even when you go to supermarkets and you buy and you shop and you buy your groceries, it's very important now that we begin to pray over our groceries. Because there are witches out on assignment that even go into supermarkets and they literally speak incantations over groceries in the supermarkets, knowing that people will buy those groceries. And this is the days that we are living in, guys. This is literally the days and the times that we're living in. When it comes to makeup, things like that, ladies, it's very important that you are careful the kind of makeup you're buying, right? Because these brands, they're being influenced by something. And obviously you're never going to know unless they make it known, like these perfumes, unless they make it known in the names, you'll never know what is being influenced behind the scenes in these products, okay? So it's very important that you are careful. That's why me personally, I will be buying from Christian brands from now on. And even then, I'll be making sure that I check that those people that are actually making the products are actually Christians. Because, you know, a lot of Christian brands, they pray over their products, things like that. But, you know, other brands, they could be praying over their products as well. But if they're not a believer of Christ, they ain't praying they aren't praying with Jesus. So, you know, imagine whatever, it's the same thing as like somebody bewitching your product and giving it to you. That's basically the same thing, but this time you're giving your money for it, you're buying it, and the product is bewitched. So I want you guys to understand that this is the times that we are living in, and it's very dangerous to just think that you can now, as a Christian, go out and buy any designer perfume, designer makeup, normal, not even designer, normal, but I'm saying designer because a lot of these designers like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, YSL, those are the worst ones because they have like the most demonic intention, influence behind the scenes in their brands. And we know this, like, it's not anything new, but you know, I just wanted to show you guys to be very careful the days that we're in, even to the point where what you wear, the clothes you buy, perfume, jewelry, makeup, all these things, because it's all very important. The enemy only looks for a small entryway, right? And then that's it. He's just looking for that small entryway into your life. Okay, it doesn't mean that you've allowed him in, but he will, like I said, he will worm his way in whichever way possible that he can. But if you have discernment, you will know that the minute you see anything like this, the names, you see the brands, and they have all these chakras, these moon, stars, all of this stuff, or they're this witchcraft, or they have like, you know, lustful names, things like that, you know it's not from God. So I hope this message helped you guys, encourage you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
You know how you randomly fall out of love with your husband once you hit your 40s and you're like, I should leave him, and then you find out you're in perimenopause and that your emotions have flatlined, and then they put you on hormone replacement therapy, and then you're like, oh, I do love this man, I just had flatlined emotions from my fucked up hormones. Yeah, so I had to be off of my estrogen patch for a few weeks, and I was like looking at my husband and I'm like, man, I feel nothing for this man. Well, who is this person that I'm living with? And then I went back on my estrogen and I'm like, he's the best man ever. And it's scary how much our hormones control us.
I was scrolling on LinkedIn and this guy posted a video of a job interview that he just did. And see if you can notice what's maybe off that he was concerned about. going on in the job interview. Here, let me play you a little bit of it.
Your avatar is like kind of weird. Like, are you using something to like change your camera view? Can you take your hand and put it like in front of your face to like cover it partially? No, it's not a joke because I can see that you're using some kind of software. If you don't do it, we'll end the conversation right now. Okay, thank you. No, like put it like this, in front of your face. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Obviously, AI generated some sort of real-time filter. This guy said he was giving like ChatGPT responses to all the questions too. He said he's kind of worried that this was part of this whole North Korean scheme to get people hired over here, if you haven't heard about it. North Korean spies are posing as remote IT workers, getting hired to jobs, and then stealing data, blackmailing the company, doing all sorts of stuff. If you're hiring right now, you got to watch out for this stuff. It seems rampant. Comment section was full of people that had seen similar.
So I have a question. Why don't rocket engines melt? Like, how can anything survive the heat from rocket combustion? You see, in a rocket engine, propellant is injected into a combustion chamber, where it can burn at over 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is enough to cause the walls of the chamber to melt, and your entire engine to go boom. Now, an easy way to protect this wall is to use an ablative. This material basically sacrifices itself for the chamber wall, absorbing the heat from combustion and melting away. That's pretty cool, but what if you replace this ablative with a cold fluid? This is called film cooling. Here, cold propellant running along the wall absorbs the heat from the hot gases towards the center. But if you really think about it, you could also shoot this cold propellant through the walls of the chamber itself before combusting it in the chamber. This is regenerative cooling. In this engine from my rocket team, all of these tiny rectangular channels are pathways for propellant to flow through and cool our engine. If you love space and rockets, follow for more.